John, another camp setting here. You've gone through several of these here at Tennessee now. How are you feeling this spring? Your comfort in the offense? How you feeling? How's everything going?
I feel like this is a blessing just to be here, you know, like a couple years ago. Didn't think I would be in the position I am now. Obviously, to be have an important role for Tennessee this year, but just embracing the moment, you know, because not a lot of people get to do what I've been doing, you know, and just from my whole experience here, like it's been a truly blessing just to be a part of what I'm building here and what we're building around campus right now.
You knew you and Peyton would be a factor going into this year. What was your feelings when Star Thomas entered the room when they went and got him out of the portal?
Sure, I mean, bring him on, you know, somebody that's gonna push me, you know. It's good to have like another older guy in the room, you know, and you know, just kind of embracing it, you know, like not shying away from, you know, getting to see how he fits in this room, you know, and I mean, it's glad to have him in the room, you know.
What moments are you looking back on, or even if it's happening this season, where it does give you that feeling of feeling blessed?
I say just like back from the second scrimmage in fall camp when I got hurt, you know, like I took a lot of time away from football, really found out like who I was like outside of football, and I think that was a blessing, you know, like appreciating the game more because it can be like going just like that, you know. So I embrace every moment. It's just like it was walking in the classroom, you know, walking in on the football field, like just embrace that moment because I know how quickly it can be taken away from you.
I know you've always had confidence in yourself, but how is your confidence different heading into this season than maybe last season?
I say my confidence reflects on like my faith. You know, I know that God has me. Like I know that He's put me in a situation. Like if He didn't think I could handle what's ahead of me this year, then He wouldn't put me in it. So I just know that like I gotta like it's there. You know, like just me being myself and like just attacking everything with like the mindset that I am the best. You know. And that's the way I kind of just approach it, you know.
John, I know you're kind of what Sam was just saying, you're always confident in your abilities, but was there a moment last season where you had a run or a touchdown or a game where you kind of said, okay, like I can do this at this level?
I think it starts at practice, you know, like, again, like you make plays at practice, you're going to make plays in the game, you know, and it's like building that confidence there because I heard this saying, it's like, I get paid to practice, I play the games for free, you know. Like if you can perform out there, like the games make it easy, so I say just me preparing myself leading up to that moment, you know, and it shows on the field, you know.
Do you know who said that line? Do you remember?
I can't remember. It was brought up in one of our team meetings, but it was I believe it was someone from the Chargers, and like that line, like that hit me hard, you know, because like it really does. Like you take practice serious, like the games will be easy, you know. So that's what my focus has been on, just attacking practice.
Sorry, is there anything different for you knowing you guys had Dylan last season? Now he's moved on. Obviously, there's a big opportunity and big shoes to fill with him moving on. Has that changed your intensity or mindset on a day-to-day basis?
I mean, I just know there's an opportunity to be that guy, you know, and I feel like I'm embracing that. You know, I feel like I've worked to deserve that spot, but you know, don't get complacent. You know, just being focused in the moment, living in the moment. You know, just taking it like one day at a time. You know, and I know that I'll reap the benefits of this when the season comes around.
You've talked about feeling blessed to be here, and Coach Sims was in here a minute ago and said you still have a chip on your shoulder. What are you still trying to prove to whoever you're trying to prove?
You know, I don't know. It's like kind of just like my experience first coming here. You know, I mean, I took that spot as like a walk-on coming on in here, and like just felt kind of disrespected a little bit in that place because I know that that's not who I was. You know, coming in here, so like just. More of like just proving this to myself, you know, that I can play at this level and do it at a high level, and just like, just knowing that that's how people looked at me before. But I mean, can't be too focused into that. But that's kind of why I still work the way I do, because you know I'm trying to be great. Like, and I believe one day that when my football career is over, that I'll look back and it'll all pay off. You know.
What was the moment like when you got put on scholarship recently? Right? What was that moment?
Yeah,
like
this year. It's felt kind of like a little bit of relief, you know, just a little bit like the hard work is paid off. Again, goes to like just being blessed, because I know like a lot of kids in Knoxville would like love to be an opportunity I have, and like I know like not a lot of people from my city like kind of gets this opportunity like I have, and that's another thing why I feel blessed to be in the spot I am, because I mean I never really knew if like I was gonna get put on scholarship, you know, and like that's where your faith comes in. You know, you have a lot of people like saying, are you, you know, like, you think this will actually work out, you know, but just believing that I can do it, you know, and I've done it at such a high level and going to continue to do it at a high level. So,
Sean,
Do
you
you think-
mentioned, I guess it was, you know, last fall when you got hurt, or 2 falls ago, whatever. You found out who you were outside of the game.
Yes.
Who was that?
it's a tough one. I say that like, I'm just like, just like a loving person, you know, like someone that just isn't a football player. Like, I figure out like stuff like do like reading is like something I picked up on, or like just being around people, being like a good brother, you know, stuff like that. Like, cause you get so wrapped up in football, and I just feel like that's who I was. Like, even coming out of high school, you know, that feeling these, like, I've done a lot of good stuff, not taking none of that away from me, you know, I'm happy that I've done that. But like, you get to just think, you spent a lot of time thinking of like, I'm bigger than a football player. Like, and I just say that to like the youth, you know, like, it's good to play football, but like, don't let that be your identity. And I feel like I'm able to express myself more outside of football, if that makes sense.
Do you think being on scholarship, you have this idea that this is the time to now prove to yourself that you were deserving of that moment?
I don't think the scholarship really changes anything, you know, it obviously helps like financially and stuff like that, but like, I mean, scholarship or not, like I've been proving myself every day, and I feel like I have to earn it every day, you know, and like, cause I remember, like, just remembering like they put you, like, they just not put you on that, like, so I gotta continue to keep going, you know, it's just another next step, you know, I earned a scholarship, now it's time to go perform at whatever level that looks like.
You kind of bet on yourself, you know, taking
Yeah.
that opportunity at Tennessee. Did you ever imagine in year 3 you'd be here, you know, battling for a starting job? Did you think it might go that way, or?
I ain't gonna lie, I can't even say I did. Like, especially when I got hurt, like, you know, coming off that, like, you know how that is, like, just being hurt, and like, you'll have a lot of good guys in front of you too, like guys that have more stars and stuff like that, and just honestly, just trusting in God. That's what it really deepened my faith too, like being like hurt and like knowing like if I ever play, like I didn't go into like next season thinking I was ever gonna play. I don't think I did, but I had the confidence that I was gonna play. But you just never know, you know. So I just kept working, and it paid off for me.
And to be in this position now, I mean, you mentioned that you're blessed, but just to kind of soak it all in, and how excited are you for the season to just kind of go out there and do your thing?
I say I cannot wait. Like, it kind of wish it was here now, you know, but just again, embracing the moment. Like, sometimes I just kind of just look around and like, it's crazy that I'm actually here, and like I've said, like an opportunity to start for the Tennessee Volunteers, like my home city. Like, in high school, I never like thought of this at all, especially like as a freshman in high school, or a junior, or even freshman here. Like, never would think like it would turn out this way. And again, I'm very blessed to be where I'm at right now.
Did people question you when you came out of high school? Like, you could have got a scholarship at other schools.
Yeah.
Like, why not just take the easy way and take that? Did people question you? Did you have to answer for that when you decided to come here?
I said that was a pretty big thing. Like, I feel people was persuading me to go to commit to Coastal and stay there, but there was just something in me that always thought I was bigger than that. Not taking anything away from Coastal or anything, but like, I've always thought I could play at this level, you know, and like, I feel like I've been doubted ever since I came here, you know, and like, people are still kind of doubting me who I am, but I mean, that doesn't really bother me. You know, I know my ceiling is pretty high, you know, and I'm just gonna continue to be me, you know, because is what I'm playing for is bigger than me at this point.
What do you think? Go ahead.
You talk about your identity off the field as well, and obviously you're a leader in this room now. Do you kind of try to push that a little bit onto the other guys too, or is that kind of just like your own mindset where you don't always have to be a football player?
I say I do push people like to find themselves outside this game, because it can be like kind of overwhelming at times, especially with a lot of stuff that goes on. Like, you have to practice, you got school, you have to perform in front of like 100,000 people. Like, and that's not typically an easy thing to do, you know, and just embracing that outside, because I mean, football does come to an end at one point, and like, life is so much, there's so much a part of life that you don't really get to see because you're so focused on football. and that's some time that I got to explore because I didn't because I wasn't playing football, but I still participating, but wasn't physically doing it. Learned how to be just a better man overall.
Thanks, DeSean.